So this clip that you're gonna watch happened out on Lake of Egypt, and I was fishing this point, been there for probably 10 or 15 minutes, and there's a lot of people out on the water that day. It was Labor Day, and this boat, it's a John boat, and there's two guys in it, and it's a tiller. I believe it's a tiller, you'll see in the video. But anyway, these guys are on pad, and they run up towards me, and they shut down probably 300 yards away, and they've still got the motor idling, and I can hear them talking. You can just feel the vibe. They're discussing me, they're discussing my position on the point, and whether they're gonna go fish it. They obviously wanted to fish this point, okay? And I'm on it. So there was a decision that they were making amongst themselves. They were talking it over. And I'll just go ahead and play the clip right now, and then after the clip, I'll talk about it a little bit more. There's the boat in front of me out on the main lake, and they just came in on pad and shut down, and I can hear them talking. As they get closer, I can tell that they're talking about whether they want to troll in towards me or go around, and there's nobody behind me at all. I'm at the mouth of a pretty big cove. There's literally hundreds of yards behind me of open water, and I'm only about a cast, maybe a cast length off this point. So I attempt to spin my nose around towards the bank just to let them know for sure that I'm actually fishing this point, even though I know they can tell. And they've actually saw me make a cast, and I'm working, you know, I'm totally facing that point. The guy that's driving the boat has a crankbait thrown out, and he's just dragging it behind the boat. He's trolling the crankbait. As they get closer, I can't believe they're still coming. I attempt to make some kind of contact with them by asking them what's up. How's it going? The guy's just staring at me. They just keep coming. I've had an occasional jet skier come through an area like that, you know, come in between me and a place that I'm fishing, and they don't really know, but you can't really tell from the perspective of this camera, but I was pretty close to the bank, and it was pretty obvious what I was doing. So they just disregarded my position in the water and what I was fishing, and to me that's pretty rude, man. What do you guys think about that? Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. That was crazy. Fishing this point, dude comes right in between me and the point. Fishermen too, not pleasure boaters. Trolling crankbaits. So that's pretty crazy, isn't it? I mean, that's completely disrespectful. I'm obviously fishing this area. They made a conscious decision to come right in between me and the bank, and I even attempted to make conversation, you know, by asking them what's up. Neither one of the guys looked at me when I said that, didn't respond, and as they passed by, the one guy is just staring at me. They both got sunglasses on, so the one guy's just kind of looking at me, and they're trolling crankbaits, and they just troll right on through there like they're doing nothing out of ordinary. But they knew that they were in the wrong. So let me know if anything like that has happened to you. Leave some comments on that. What's your opinion on that? Do you notice that things are changing on your local body of water? I mean, are you seeing that happen? Is it becoming a problem? What's the reason behind that? I'd really like to know how you guys feel about that, because me and Jerry are talking about this, and this is something that, you know, we're starting to see a little bit more. And is it just us, or are you guys seeing it too? So leave some comments and let me know. We were just kind of discussing on the water etiquette and respect for your fellow fishermen. We're just kind of going over some stories that we've had in the past about bad sportsmanship on the water and how it affects you. It's kind of it's a negative thing. It's disrespectful, and it happens. It's kind of happening more and more often, it seems like. You know, I don't know if it's a parenting thing, if it's a coaching thing, it's just a society in general, but whatever it is, it's not excusable. I mean, it needs to be I don't know, it needs to be curbed in some form or fashion. So you were talking about Kentucky Lake, man. Kentucky Lake, first time I fished a BFL at Kentucky Lake, well, not the first time, I'll say the first season, but as a co-angler, you see some stuff that makes you want to get out of the boat and get you squirming. Guys are just pull right up on a ledge right next to somebody, I'm talking 20 yards away, and start fishing. And as a co-angler, you're just kind of stuck in that boat. And a lot of times I would actually turn and fish out of the other side of the boat because it was just so disrespectful. But it's also something that happens very often. So, you know, I hate to say it, but it's normal and it's somewhat accepted.
Yeah, I think some of what we got going on too is we're teaching these kids how to fish. You know, we're in a hurry to teach them the basics and get them, you know, eliminate all that learning time on the water. But what I saw in a BFL one time was a guy. It was a high school tournament, and they have a boat captain. And now this boat captain, you know, it was a 20-foot Ranger, and he's driving these high school kids around. And so what I saw was we were fishing the bank, and we were headed towards a point, and the point was probably 40 yards away from us, and we were headed in that direction, absolutely no doubt. And I saw a boat captain with two high school kids pull up the trolling motor, jump on the big motor, and speed over to that point before we could fish it. And all he taught those two kids was that it was okay to cut people off. And so there's absolutely no learning going on there that I see as positive.
It's becoming more common. I mean, the high school fishing, it's what you teach. It's all about the teacher who's teaching it, whether it be a parent or a coach. If you're training, so to speak, someone who's younger, if you're teaching them that that's acceptable, then of course that's acceptable to them. That's what they're going to do. It's becoming more and more common. I don't see it as much around here in Southern Illinois because most of these lakes are out far enough that if you're an idiot on the water, there's a good chance that when you come back to put your boat back on the trailer, your lug nuts are going to be loosened on your boat trailer, or your tires are going to be slashed, or, you know, something's going to happen. Your window's going to be busted out. So, you know, you gotta, you know, there's a fear factor there, I guess. Respect and fear go hand in hand. But it's a little bit of a problem out there.